Starting our new series of FSI. As we know that FSI exam is going to be taking on January 2022. We are going to teach you here, not only teaching but also will give some questions regarding this. Please stay tuned with us. First, FSI. What do you understand by FSI? FSI is abbreviated form of Food Safety Standards Authority of India. Now today in this topic we are covering the genesis, scope and objectives of FSSAI, food regulatory and ecosystems also. Next. Now what is food safety ecosystem? As we know, ecosystem includes all the living and non-living things in a given area interacting each other, influencing each other and determining the health of the entire earth system. It also combines biosecurity, meaning the protection from the environmental, economic, human health risks of a potentially harmful plants and animal pests and diseases, alien invasive species and genetically modified organisms. In most of the countries, government have created regulatory authorities to ensure food safety, animal health and plant health. These authorities carry out inspection of the food chain from farm to fork with the aim to protect animal, plant and human life and health. Next, what do you mean by food supply chain? What does the term food chain was given? The term food chain was introduced by African Arabian scientist and philosopher Al-Zahiz in 9th century, and later it was popularized in book in 1927 AD by Charles Elton, which also introduced the food web concept. Natural interconnections between the food chains is called a food web, starting from producer organism and ending in at the apex predator species. In the context of food safety, the term food supply chain becomes relevant. A supply food chain refers to the process that describes how the food from a farm ends up on our tables. The process includes production, processing, distribution, consumption, and disposal. The food supply chain is a complex network consisting of a small and medium-sized enterprise that can interact the larger companies and retailers as well. The food we eat reaches us via food supply chain through which food moves systematically in the domino-like motion from producer to consumers. Next. Here we can see raw materials. First we gather raw material, then it is food processed, manufactured, then packaging, then its transportation and storage and logistics, then marketing, then consumer, and then it comes to wastage. Next slide is regarding stakeholders in food supply chain. Different stakeholders are involved in the food production and supply chain as shown in the diagram here. We can see a farmer which is a producer which can export directly like rice or wheat or can give raw materials for processing and manufacturing repackaging like we eat like Maggi, noodles and all the packaged products, that is biryani we are also having ready to eat, and some snacks, biscuits, etc. And here is the one thing that is imported, that is packaged food coming from importers or raw materials that is comes from import from outside this country for importing can also get processed like raw materials like rice, wheat, ragi, bajra, and then it can be exported or and importers also becomes a wholesaler also of which type of product? Packaged products. Now these packaged products and these packaged products goes to transporter, and then it again comes to the wholesaler. Then these wholesaler distributes in the form of retailer, and then food services in the restaurants or retail marketing, and then consumer purchase these items for its daily uses from retailer or from food services or restaurant. Next, we come here to the concept of farm to fork. The term food safety defined by Codex Alimentarius Commission is the assurance that food will not cause harm to the consumer when it is prepared and or eaten according to its intended use. Food safety is related to the occurrence of food safety hazards and does not include other human health aspects related to such as malnutrition. Food safety is relevant at different stages of supply, preparation, processing, distribution, and serving. The food chain starts on the farm and ends on the fork. During every stage, great care must be taken to ensure that the end product will be safe for human consumption. In modern context, the concept of food safety is described by the farm to fork model. This concept captures the essence of food safety and forms the backbone of food safety. The path from food source to the point of the final service is called farm to fork continuum. Now here we can see that the source is coming for processing and manufacturing, then it is distributed all over the world, and then it comes the final point of service, that is us, to the consumer for consumption or usage. This is called farm to fork continuum. Now, the factors that led to this farm to fork model of food safety are model farm to fork food safety. Changing why this come to this continuum is that number first is the changing food patterns. This we are getting changing food patterns. Sorry. Changing food patterns, the industrial revolution and more recently modern food technology has changed the food patterns of all. The majority of people today is far removed from the sources of food than they eat on the daily basis. If we are living longer in a period of abundant, diverse and reliable food supply, it is in part due to the variety and the safety of the food we eat. The farm, the food chain, beginning the food chain. The origin of the most of the products come from the farm, such as bread, milk, vegetable, fruit, meat, sugar, etc. are from the agricultural basis. To ensure that the produce, whether vegetables or animals in origin coming out from farm, is produced in a safe manner, the farmers should make the correct use of fertilizers, pesticides, antibiotics, and other product in crop and animal husbandry. Now, third point is food processing. Food processing, there are various levels of food processing, and the food processors rely on the food safety management system, that is FSMS, to ensure the quality and safety of the product they produce. Transport and storage. Transport and storage from vital links in the food chain between the farmer's field and the consumer's table. Maintaining high standard while transporting food products, and transporters must implement quality standards in transport and storage as specified in FSMS to safeguard food. Food and the consumer. Throughout the food chain, farmers, producers, food producers, retailers, and other utilizes numerous practices based on long experience to ensure quality and safety of food. Collectively, these procedures are known as good agricultural practices, good manufacturing practices, and good hygienic practices. It is very important for the consumer to understand and follow basic instructions and precautions set by professionals when purchasing, transporting, storing, preparing, and consuming food. Good hygienic practices both in the home and outside can protect consumer against microbial contamination and the foodborne disease caused by it. Obviously, eating outside the home. What does this mean? This means as we are eating in a pub, restaurants, street side food, one that links with the establishment. In school, canteen, wedding parties, business conventions, etc. are there. Considering the vast number of meals consumed in such public settings, ABO chef and caterers do and should ensure protecting the public against foodborne diseases. The consumer should look for recognized certificate of good hygiene such as hygienic ratings in public places. Now, food safety is a shared responsibility of everybody, not for the FSSI involved with food from the business operators to regulator and consumer all along the food supply chain. Various procedures and good practices are implemented to ensure that the food which reaches the consumer's table is fit for consumption and the risk of contaminations are minimized and they are get to safe for quality food and quality food. However, the responsibility of ensuring food safety should not only be the priority of FBOs, but the consumer is also equally responsible to ensure the safety of the food at home. Now we here come to the topic Genesis of Food Safety and Standard Act 2006. Now we came to know that prior to the enactment of FSS Act of 2006, there were a number of food-related legislation administered by different ministries of Government of India. No less than 8 legislation were prescribed the minimum regulatory standards of various types of food and food products prior to FSS Act. Over a period of time, this is led to the state of multiplicity of food standards and enforcement agencies. This created confusion among the food business operators, consumers, traders, manufacturers, investors, and hampered the growth of a modern food processing sector in the country, as well as fixation of safety standards. The second schedule of the Act, here we can see, second schedule of the Act contains all the earlier food related legislation which are as follows. Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954, Food Products Order 1955, Meat Food Products Order 1973, Vegetable Oil Product Control Order 1947, Edible Oil Packaging Regulation Order 1998, the Solvent Extracted Oil, De-oiled Meal, Edible Flour Control Order 1967, Milk and Milk Product Order 1992, any other order issued under the Essential Commodities Act 1955 relating to the food under 1990 of the Act Milk and Milk Products Order 1992 shall be deemed to regulation issued by the authority under this Act. The intent of this Act lies in bringing almost all the food area, business areas within the scope to promote the objective of the food safety and not mere the prevention of food adulteration, as was the cause in the previous law. Now we move on to the next area which is we are focusing here is the Food Safety and Standard Act of 2006. Realizing that how inadequate these acts and orders were proving, the Prime Minister's Council of Trade and Industry in 1998 recommended enactment of comprehensive legislation of food subsuming all the present food laws to modernize the food sector and ensure safety of food. In 2004, the Joint Parliamentary Committee (JPC) emphasized that all the present food laws should be converged into one. The Food Standard and Safety Bill 2005 was passed by the House of Parliament after extensive discussion, consultation with stakeholders and forging consensus on contentious issues and became an act on 2nd August 2006. Mind this date, 2nd August 2006. The